Hello, and welcome everyone to episode 38 of the Die, Laugh, Love podcast. Before we jump into this today, I want to remind anybody that's watching or listening that I call this the Die, Laugh, Love podcast because it's a play on live, laugh, love. I think everybody kind of knows those wall hangings or that decor that can go up in folks' houses. But the point of this podcast is to help people see that we all are going to die. As sad as that might seem for everybody, it is a common denominator for all of us. But before we do that, we should be loving and laughing as much as we can. Now, this is not the standard type of episode where I have a spirit gallery for folks and I open it up for anybody. This is actually a one-on-one session that I am hosting with Katie. Now, I've not sat with Katie before, and Katie is somebody who was part of episode 37. And when I said, hey, I'm going to give away a free session as my next episode, she had sent an email. Before we jump in, I just want to say to Katie, you understand that this session between you and I will be public and offered on my podcast, yes?
Yes, I understand.
All right, thanks. All right, we're going to jump right in. Now, I want this to stand as an example for folks to know what they can expect if they sign up for a session with me. And I'm going to jump right into this with Katie as if we're doing this privately. I will also say that my spirits, her spirits, know that because this will be a public reading and people can watch this at a later point in time, that there's not going to be too much of the heavy, deep, personal stuff because, again, this is public. And if this was a private session, it would be like being behind closed doors, but this is kind of out in the public. All right. So it's important for me to say, Katie, at the beginning of my time with you today, that it's my intention to bring you love, connection to spirit, and clarity in your life. So I ask folks to walk in a time with me with very low expectations because I'm not in charge of the process and people bring a lot of baggage to the words psychic and medium. I also ask folks to walk in a time with me with a sense of humor because we should have some fun while we do this. All right. With that being said, Katie, here's a little bit of my grandmother's French. You got to kind of think of me as a bullshit hunter. Okay. Whereas when you sit with me and spirit will see this as an opportunity to take a look at the bullshit in your heart, bullshit in your life, and walk you away from it because primarily they want you to be at peace. Okay. I want to tell you the person that's been with me all day. Okay. So I don't have control over this. And this is the very first spirit that's kind of with you. She's been with me since I was getting ready this morning, thinking about my afternoon. I think about the name Katie, and all of a sudden she is coming to me. So I feel very much a grandmother energy with you, Katie. Okay. But I want to talk to you about how she's indicating which grandmother she is of you. She's at first talking about something with her mind, like something was wrong with her mind. Okay. And she's giving me like almost like 2/3 of her mind. It's hard because I don't know if this is a head injury or dementia or Alzheimer's or both or everything, but she's saying there was something wrong with her mind. And it's like she keeps showing me a diagonal cross, and it's like 2/3 of her mind was shut off. The other thing that she's showing me, and this is really fascinating because this is like a dual message, she keeps showing me a stairway. And at the bottom of the stairway, now this looks like stairs with carpet, like a carpet runner. And she keeps saying to me, be careful at the bottom of the stairs. Be careful at the bottom of the stairs. So I want to ask you, Katie, do you have stairs in your home? The first thing.
Yes.
You do. Okay. Do you have carpet or anything on them?
I have a lot of clothes on them at the moment. Yes.
Okay. The bottom though. She's not talking about the
Yes.
top. She's not
No,
talking. She's
on the
talking about
bottom.
like the bottom. Okay. And she's like, she doesn't want you to trip and fall and hurt your head. Okay. And This is difficult because uh she's really talking about like, what is this? This is like she keeps pointing to her mind and saying like part of it was shut off, part of it was shut off, part of it was shut off. So um do you have can I ask, in your maternal line and your mother's line, is there mental illness?
Not really mental illness, no.
Okay. The reason why I'm asking is because this is like she keeps telling me that part of her mind was shut off. So I don't know if this is like dissociative identity disorder, like she keeps telling me part of her mind was shut off. The other thing that
Um,
she's telling me is like she's saying this is just like your mom.
so at the end of her life, I should say, she couldn't speak to us or communicate like she wasn't even there as in
Okay.
a way. So maybe that might be it.
That definitely could be it because there's like this she keeps talking about her mind being shut off, like
Right.
diagonal
Like
line
there's no
through it, two
control.
thirds of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like maybe a seizure or something like that. Like
Okay.
like something where um this would explain her for some reason, like the mind stuff. Okay. All right. So she's going to be your main sort of I don't like the term spirit guides for a lot of reasons, but she is the main person in your life, the person that's watching out over you. Okay. Now, that doesn't mean she's the only one, but I want to also talk about to you the things that you and I have in common. Okay. Now, here's a funny thing. And I have to kind of give people a little context. Recently, you're gonna laugh at this for some reason. I don't know why. Recently, um, I tried to host a speed dating event. Now, for folks who don't know what speed dating is, it's where you just walk into a place that's hosting the event and you sit down and you kind of rotate through like little dates that are like 5, 8 minutes long and you talk. And the point of that is that I wanted to create a place for people to find love. And I've written about this since it's happened, and it has there were mixed results in terms of the success of the event. I also want to talk about how Katie is the second person that got chosen here for this reading. And here's what's happened. So when I said, "Hey, I'm giving away a session," I got a whole bunch of emails, and I just kind of looked through the emails and got drawn to the one person. I was like, "Okay, so this is the person that needs it." I replied to her, and I got no response. She's like, "I'd like to enter for the reading." Got no response. 3, 4 days went by. I sent her another email. Got no response. 3, 4 days went by. And I saw the name of the person comment on something from my social media on my social media page, and so I was like, "Hey, thank you for commenting here. I have been sending you emails because you had sent me an email. I didn't want to say publicly what it was about." And she replies back on the social media post, "Well, if it was with a Yahoo email, I don't check that." And so I commented back and I was like, "Well, maybe you should because I'm trying to get in contact with you." Okay. Here's the funny thing that you and I have in common. There's a cliche, Katie. I'm sure you've heard it. No good deed goes unpunished. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. So here's my good intentions trying to give away a session. And what this person did, because they just weren't in contact with their email, is they kind of gave me a 2 week period of time where I couldn't do my podcast. And I'm like, I'm trying to do a good thing here for you, and I'm falling on my face. Now I did the Cupid connection, the speed dating thing. Again, mixed results, trying to do a good thing and kind of fell on my face. You are somebody, Katie, who has had good intentions for people. And I'm distinctly feeling like it's blown up in your face. The funny thing that Graham is saying to me is she's pointing right at your mom, like right at your mom. So there's a funny relationship that you have with your mom where you're trying to do good things and things are blowing up in your face. Okay, here's what I have to tell you. Okay. And this is something that I've kind of been walking myself through. And anybody else who will hear this about good intentions blowing up in our face, we got to keep trying. We can't give up, to create the beauty and to do the good things. Sometimes they're not going to work out. Sometimes it's going to blow up in our face, but we can't have that. Um, we can't have those experiences stop us from having this beautiful heart. Okay. Here's a funny thing. I want to tell you that Graham really respects you and your strength. Okay. You're a very strong person, and you're a person that does you're tough. You're tough. You're one tough cookie, she's saying to me, and it's interesting. Also, why does she like the rings on your hands? She's showing me rings on your fingers. She likes the rings on your hands. Ah, there's the big rock. Okay. So she's liking the rings on your hand. Okay.
I'm
But she
actually
says that you're
wearing
too
her
tough on,
rings.
you're wearing her ring. Ah,
Yes.
I love it. So that's why she's telling me she likes the rings on your hands. Okay. Here's the other thing. She just says that you're really too tough on yourself. Okay, you're really too tough on yourself. Like you're really a bitch to yourself. This is what she's saying. Like you're just somebody who's like, you want to be the best, you want to like be the best, you want to have a great life, but she's saying you're way too tough on yourself. Now the other thing that she's showing me too, a couple of things, and remember, I'm a bullshit hunter, she's a bullshit hunter, she wants
Yeah.
the best. She's telling me that you need to start eating some goddamn breakfast. Okay, like you need to start eating some goddamn breakfast. Yeah, you know what being hangry is like. Okay. Try to get some protein, some eggs or something, not donuts. And she's like talking about not sugar. If the interesting thing, and this isn't like a weight thing, it's a sugar thing. It's like a diabetes thing. She's like talking about sugar crashes and sugar, something like that. She wants you to have eggs and protein and fat in the morning, not the sugar. Okay. The other thing that she's saying too is God damn it, this is so funny. She's showing me you stepping in a mud puddle and freaking out. Okay. Like there's a memory or something that she's watched you like stepping in a mud puddle and she's laughing about it because she's showing me as you being like, hold on. She's showing me that you were all like you were all put together, like you were like in a get up, like you were like fancy and dressed up, and it's like you're holding like she I see what looks like a really fancy pocketbook, right? Like a Coach bag or something that's kind of fancy. And you step in a mud puddle, and I think you might have had sandals on or something where your feet get wet or something like this. And then you're like, she's saying that you acted like a diva. You got a little bit of diva in you.
Just a little bit, yeah. The mud puddle is funny because it was actually my wedding day. I was in my wedding dress and I was going to leave. And it was raining and it was cold and muddy and I accidentally stepped in a mud puddle and I was not having it that day.
You were not having it that day. You were a little
No.
diva. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, which is great because we're laughing about this. She's
Yes.
laughing about this. Uh, I want to tell you something, and I'm just repeating the words that she's saying to me. Okay, this is not Josh doesn't know Katie. Okay, so I
Yeah.
don't know anything about you, and I love the blind reading like this. Ah, bu- 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 bu. Um, this is not meant to inflate your diva-dom. Okay, but she says that you're perfect. Okay, like you're perfect. You're somebody who's hardworking, you're conscientious, she's proud to have you as a descendant, she's proud to have you as a granddaughter. You're a little uptight, a little high strung, and a little diva. Okay. Where does that come from? You don't think that you're better than anybody else, you just want the best for yourself. You just want the best for yourself, so you get a little bit of a diva attitude. The interesting thing is, hold on, you have a younger brother.
I do.
Okay. She's happy you're not like him. Okay. This is what she's saying to me. She's happy that you're not like him. Um, and I'm going to give you the words. You got to come from real people that are speaking realness. She's like, he just refuses to pull his head out of his ass. This is what she's saying to me. He refuses
Makes
to pull his head
sense.
out of his ass. Okay. And you're somebody who's like, she says, yeah, you're on the straight and narrow. You're doing the good thing. You're trying to create a good life. And she loves seeing that. Don't take what your mother has to say to you too seriously. Okay. Don't take what your mother has to say to you too seriously. She's a troubled individual. Like she's got her own stuff. She's got her own stuff. This is what they're saying to me. Okay, so you can't take
Yeah.
it personally. Yet you do put too much stock in what other people have to think of you, have to say of you. So there's some important things here. Um, oh my gosh. Okay. So funny question. Do you know that you're okay? See, the Josh part of me is having a hard time with this because I don't think anybody's perfect, but apparently you are. Okay. And she's like, do you know that you're perfect? Or do you just like pretend and fake it till you make it and you really don't believe that you're perfect? Okay. So here's an interesting thing because we're going to talk about some psychology here. Okay. Um, you do walk around life going, I don't give a shit what people think about me. I don't care what people think about me. And she's like, well, that's not necessarily true. You kind of do. You're like, you're pretending, you're faking a little bit. But and she keeps pointing back to mom. Like she keeps pointing back to mom. So you're probably walking around going, I don't care what people think about me. I don't care what my mother has to say about me. But then there's something in you like a scared, lonely little girl who actually does care what mama says about me and all of this. Here's a reminder for you, and this is a very difficult thing to get to. You can't let other people, even our parents, you can't let other people's opinion of us validate us. Our sense of validation comes from ourselves, not from other people. Because if our validation comes from other people, even your grandmother coming through and saying you're perfect, if our sense of validation comes from other people, then other people can invalidate us. Other people can take away that approval, and then we don't feel like we're worthy. We don't feel like we're good. Now, what's important is that Graham has to come through and offer her opinion to you. Okay. Um, whoa, hold on. Graham has to come through and offer her opinion to you from this place. And I'm going to just say it as it is. Katie, if you were a shitbag, she would have to come through and talk to you about that. Like if you were evil or stealing or like nasty or hurtful, she would have to come through and say that because she'd want to kind of course correct you. She's just saying that you're kind of perfect. You need to eat some breakfast. You need to like unclench your jaw sometimes, breathe, get away from the diva dumb. You know what I mean? Like breathing exercises, but also have those standards for yourself where you want to be the best, where you want to have the best life. You want to create the best life for your people. She's very proud in the way that you're devoted to your loved ones. The interesting thing here, too, is why in the hell is she saying this? All right. Okay. Mm. She'd like you to get out into the woods more. Okay. She wants you to get out into the woods more. She wants you to get out into the woods. Here's what she's saying to me. She's bringing my attention to a man who's wearing red and black flannel and he's out in the woods. Okay. He's out in the woods. And she's saying, she's like showing me, he's like, I don't know. I don't think he's chopping wood down. I think he might be like maple sugaring. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think he might be like putting taps into the trees. Um, and he's out there right now in spirit doing this. This is a funny thing because she's showing me he's like out there, but then she points to the top of the trees and says, you've seen him before, but he was a bird. And she wants you to get out into the trees. This is like he's like a raven or a crow or something out in the trees. This is wait. No, all right. Um, the man who's wearing the red and black flannel out in the forest, did he have Buddy Holly glasses? Like the Buddy Holly glasses. And did he have a thing on his face? Like a birthmark or a scar on his face?
Well, I'm not quite sure who she could be talking about. Um, it's weird though with the bird thing because every morning or even when I get home, I'll look into my trees and it's not even like a raven or I normally see cardinals out there and they sit there and they talk to me like they're trying to give me a message. So I try to sit and listen. So that thing I understand, but I don't understand where the man would be coming from. Right.
Okay. So we're gonna talk about some the challenge of doing this work, especially for the public, is that everybody kind of thinks heaven is a thing, whether they're Christian or
Right,
not. And they don't understand like what the afterlife is like. The afterlife is just as wild and crazy as our world is. It's big, it's
right.
got woods, it's got oceans, it's got all of that. You might want to look into this because did you know who her father was?
I did.
You did, okay. Did he wear red and black flannel? Did he go out into the woods? Did he do maple sugaring?
He could have. Yes.
Okay. So
I've only,
are you in the woods? Are you in like the country? Are you in like
yes,
is your people from there? Okay. She
yes.
just showing me this like old man. And you might want to touch base because like he's out in the woods. That's where he wants to be in spirit. He's out in the woods,
Okay.
messing around with trees, doing things with trees. But then she shows me like the red and black, which could be the cardinal, but it's like
Yeah.
you have these spirits that are part of nature. Now, again, the other challenges for me is that I'm going to say a word and I'm going to use it with respect before
Hmm.
I say it. People think they have an idea of what fairy is, but many people don't.
Hmm.
So I want to speak to it from a traditional place. A lot of people, when they hear the word fairy, they think Tinkerbell,
Right.
like that. In the ancient fairy lore of Scotland and Ireland, Fairy was a place that you would go to in the grave mounds. Like there would be grave mounds, and like people would go into that place through there, and we'd see our ancestors. So there's a lot of people who think like ancestors and fairy, they're kind of all one and the same, but there's something very distinct about you have this set of ancestors, or especially this man who is in nature, but you have to connect more to nature. Here's why. You have to like get out into the woods. You have to go for walks. That's going to be difficult for a diva to do, probably because you don't like extreme hot, you don't like extreme cold. You're going to step into a puddle and kind of freak out a little bit. Get oh my gosh, get yourself a fancy set of pink boots, okay, and get out into the woods. Go walking a little bit. Here's why. She says you want to increase your connection and do the things that I'm doing. She
Oh,
says you
that's
want to
crazy.
increase your connection to spirit, and you have to like this is one of the best ways to do it. Get out in the woods, connect to nature, connect to nature. Interestingly enough, ooh, your grandmother's like mine, okay? She's just saying what she's saying. She's saying you watch too much bullshit TV. Okay, you watch too much bullshit TV. It's okay to watch a little, but there's too much, and it's funny because she's showing me. I've never watched this, and I think this just is like a symbol of kind of like trashy drama TV. Like the Gilmore Girls. I don't know if you've ever watched that. Like, do you watch the Gilmore Girls?
I haven't in a long time, but yes, I have.
Okay, so can I ask, like, you like the trashy TV?
Yes.
Okay. That's not a bad thing. That's
No.
not a bad thing. It's just like I think you're overdoing it a little bit and you should go for a
Yeah.
walk, okay? Wow. She doesn't like how you're sitting. All right? She doesn't like how you're resting. She says you're going to give yourself sciatica. You're favoring one hip over the other. Like the way you rest, the way you kind of sit. I don't know if you fold up a leg underneath you or something. She does not like how you're sitting.
I am sitting like that actually right now.
Okay. Hear me out. If you sit like that
But
too
weirdly, I've been
long,
getting hip pain for the last 2 days and it's been burning really bad.
all right, do you see what she's saying? Like sciatica.
Yes.
All right, don't give yourself sciatica. You want to hold on. Why is she telling me somebody's done a lot of work around your house in the woods? She's like, they've done a lot of work around your house. You should go out there and enjoy it.
Um, I'm not quite sure. I don't really pay attention.
Do you have trail systems by your house? Do you have like a bike path or something by your house?
I'm on the mountain in Richmond. So there's not many, there's just woods.
No, she's like, somebody's done a lot of work. You should go out there and enjoy it. So is
Hmm.
this like people who've cleared fields, like or something? It
Yeah.
doesn't, it feels like maybe even if it's just like your dirt road that you're on, you know,
Yeah.
that could be considered a lot of work. But oh, hold on, are you near family land?
I'm on family land. Somebody,
Yes, yes. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. Well, I know like all land belongs to a family. Yeah, but
yeah,
this is like she's talking about like they've done a lot of work, you should be enjoying it. They've done a lot
yeah.
of work, you should be enjoying it. Okay. All right. So, Katie, I have to bring this up to you, okay? Because like you're a diva, all right? How about this? One diva to another. All right, girl, like one diva to another. Um, okay. You get reactions to shitty jewelry, don't you?
Yes. Well,
Okay.
it depends. Yeah.
Well, crappy jewelry, cheap jewelry, just bad metals. You put them in like I see you got a nose piercing, but any piercing, any jewelry, okay. Um, this is a big part of what I do, and I don't know why spirit makes me say this all the time, but if you have reactions to shitty jewelry, you should be really careful with your hair dye. Okay? Like people who have reactions to shitty jewelry should not be dyeing their hair with those chemicals. Think like what a nicotine patch does. You put a nicotine patch on your skin and it absorbs the nicotine. You're kind of doing the same thing with hair dye. When you let it sit on your hair for hours and hours and hours, you're kind of absorbing all those toxic chemicals into your body. If you have
Hmm.
reactions to shitty jewelry, okay, um, she's funny because she's like, listen, this is why she keeps coming through and saying you're perfect. Um, I don't know why she would say this. You must hate your eyebrows. She's like, listen, they are sisters, not twins. Like I've heard that before. Like sisters, not twins. This must be driving you crazy.
So I'm constantly getting my eyebrows done because I don't like the way they look.
The other
But
thing
then I
too
have
is
people that tell me not to touch them because they think they look good. So it's like a win-win situation.
don't touch them. You are your own worst critic, okay? So you don't have to worry about them. Like, have you ever heard that expression? They're sisters, not twins.
Yes, yes.
Okay, just let them be.
Yeah.
Okay, let them be. All right. Okay, okay, okay. I love this because she loves having me here, like as the phone line from there to here, so she can
She
just finally.
constantly loves to talk. That's how she
Yeah,
was.
so it's like so she just loves us. So she wants to like tell you all these things. The other thing too is okay. Wow. All right. Wow. She's really sorry about what happened when you were 16 or 17. Okay? And she says that you're holding way too much onto rage and guilt and all sorts of things and you have to learn how to forgive those people. The
Okay.
interesting thing, Katie, and like you can validate this for me, you can talk about this. She's talking about you having a temper and like wanting to strangle people. You have a little
Makes
bit of a
sense.
temper. Yeah. And then it's like throttle people, strangle people. And she's like, it doesn't matter. Like, let it go. You like, you know, you won't forget, but you got to learn how to forgive. And it's not accepting the treatment, but it's like, why would why would holding on to that? Oh my God, here we are. How does holding on to that rage, even the rage that you have for yourself, make any sense? So what I'm going to say is 16, 17. I think you fucked up some. I think you fucked up some. And like you beat yourself up, you're beating other people up. Like it doesn't accomplish anything. I'm not saying here, and this is interesting, I'm not saying don't be angry. I'm saying be skillful with your anger. Okay. And being angry at the past, angry at your younger version, angry at other people in your past right now, it's not doing you any good. You got to figure out how to let it go. She's saying to me that you want to be careful of the rage that you're holding on to because it's affecting like or it could affect all of a sudden she's like pointing to my stomach like I don't have women plumbing but ovaries and things like that. You don't want to affect those things negatively by holding on to stress too much. You want to figure out how to let it go.
Hmm.
Okay. um My God. All right. What does your mother have that's got peeling paint on it that your grandmother wants her to fix? It looks red and the paint is peeling off.
Um, my mom has a lot of paint stuff, um, which is funny that you bring that up because my grandmother was a big artist. Um, so it could be honestly anything in her room because she picked up painting after my grandmother died.
Okay.
Um,
It looks like red paint's peeling. So I don't know if somebody
okay.
painted something and red paint is peeling off. The other interesting thing that I would have you do is think of this because they talk to me in symbols and images and all of that.
Yeah.
She's talking about anger, rage,
Yeah.
and then she goes right to your mom and like peeling red paint. That could be a sign that like your mom is making herself rusty, you know, like if your mom is holding on to unprocessed rage or anger, how has it worked
Yeah.
out for her?
My mom's actually going through a lot right now, so that makes sense.
Okay. Uh, Too much stress peeling the paint, red
Yeah.
paint peeling,
Yeah.
all of that.
Yeah.
Okay. What use is it if we are what use is it if we are like listen, she just like do something with your anger. Do something with your anger. Do something with your anger. A couple of things here. This is so weird. She's laughing about this. She wants you to plant corn next year. You're showing me corn kernels, gardening. Just like put a fence up. Don't worry about the raccoons, but she wants you to grow some corn. Okay. She wants you to get outside a little bit. Okay.
Okay.
Get in connection to the earth. She wants you to garden. The other thing is you're a funny person, Katie, because you're like, this is where you and her kind of similar because there's like two versions of you. She keeps talking about two versions, okay? Where like you think you would tell people, I stand up for myself, I speak for what I want, said what I want, I say what I believe, I'm tough, I'm not a doormat. But then she says there are certain areas in your life where you do need to speak up, okay? And how do I say this publicly? Because she don't care, right? She just wants to talk about all of this publicly, okay? Um, okay. You have a partner who's too busy and distracted, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Listen to me. If you need to be squeezed and hugged and touched a little bit more than you are, then you better run your goddamn mouth. Okay? Listen. All right. So like here's the interesting thing. I will tell you, your partner kind of like top notch. Good dude,
Yeah.
right? There's no disloyalty, there's none of that going on. She likes your person. Okay. I don't she just doesn't like him staring at his goddamn phone. Okay. It doesn't like him staring at his goddamn phone, but it doesn't feel like it's how do I say it doesn't feel like he's doing it for joy. It feels like it increases his stress. Feels like it increases his stress. So it's like he's like paying attention to something he can't control. He's stressed. And it's like she just hears you say, fuck her, pay attention to me. like let's
Makes sense.
it's okay to say to your partner, hey love, let's have each other for breakfast. What? Okay.
Okay.
Just and here's the thing, as a woman you're going to be taught, some women are taught this, not all of them, but some women are taught like don't upset the apple cart, don't rock the boat, don't talk about my
Yeah.
needs. I wouldn't want him to feel like he's not giving me what I want. I just think that I think your engine might burn a little bit more hotter than his. And it's okay to talk about that, like put the phone down. Okay, it's like you got to put blinders on him.
Yeah.
The other interesting thing too is She says you got to try aromatherapy with him, like waving like essential oils under his nose, right? Um, he's like this man who is devoted to your life, but like this is like the good old boy style. Like I'm gonna work, I'm gonna show up, I'm gonna pay the bills, I'm gonna do what society has taught me. And she's saying like, she's like, it's okay to say I want to be breakfast. It's okay. All right. Um, okay, she's saying that you got to do something this year that you didn't do last year. She's talking about like I'm seeing fairs in the fall. Fairs in the fall. Can I
Okay.
ask you, does he like fairs? Does he go to the fair? Do you guys go to the fair? Like
We
county fair. I'm
take,
seeing
yes, we do.
okay. But you didn't go last year?
Um, yes, we did. He didn't go, but I did.
Do you see where like she's saying he needs to go?
Yeah,
He needs to go. You want to make sure that you're giving him time for fun and play. Okay.
I totally understand that. He's a
Here's the other.
very he just likes to be home.
Okay.
If it's not
He wears
work, it's home.
Carhartts. He wears Carhartts. Yeah.
Not Carhartt pants, but I just got him a jacket, a Carhartt jacket.
Okay. Hold on. The funny thing. Um, she says there's no reason for him to be walking around with clothes that have holes in them.
He
Was it
has
his jacket?
he's wearing a pair of jeans that literally have a hole in the private butt part. He's about to bust out, but he wears those to work.
Seriously, there's like if y'all were like poor, couldn't afford to go out and buy a new pair of jeans or Carhartts or what have you, there's no need to be walking around with holy clothes. Okay, no need to be walking around with holy clothes. She appreciates this, but here's the issue that you kind of have as being in this like straight male woman relationship. You got to be careful of this because um, you could tell him that and he's going to feel like you're his mother coming down on him, not his wife saying, hey, I want the best for you. So these dynamics between men and women, especially women who mature faster than men, if we're not careful, they will slide into mother son. Okay. Now the funny thing is like the Josh part of me is saying this, you know what she's saying? She don't give a shit. She don't give a shit. She's like, no, you do not go out into public with my granddaughter with clothes that have holes in them. I don't care if you feel like a kid because sometimes that just needs to be said. You're not a bum. Whoa. So you got to balance it. Okay. You got to balance it. And I will take this opportunity to say, hey, when you got to go to your partner with like feedback or critical feedback of any sort, use the sandwich method, talk about something
Yeah.
good that they do, give them the
Yeah.
feedback that, hey, you got to wear clothes that are a little bit better. And then this. Okay, hold on. Every morning before he goes to work, he stops at a convenience store. Yeah. Yeah,
Yep.
hold on. He does not like the sugar he's buying when he goes in there. Does he buy like a Red Bull, like red? I'm seeing red. Does he go in and what does he buy?
He gets a coffee, but he's putting way too much sugar in it.
Yeah. Um, it's messing with this part of him. She's saying it's messing with his head. It's like the sugar, like the stimulants of the coffee and the sugar and all of that. He's probably going through the sugar crashes and all. Okay. Wow. You probably may not know this. Your grandma's showing me something different here. Okay. Uh, And while she's bringing this other person in, um, ouch, she really needs you to pay attention to the bottom of your stairs and the clothes and like the mess and tripping and falling. She
Yep.
doesn't want anybody to trip or fall or get anything like that. Katie, did you ever go into your husband's? Is he your husband? May I call him that? Husband? Yeah,
Yep.
you said
Yep.
you got married. Yep, Diva, mud puddle married. Okay.
Yep.
Um, did you ever go into his grandparents' house?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. Do you remember a picture on the wall that had a ship on it? Ocean ship.
Not that I could think of. There was so much stuff in their house all around, so I'm not sure.
Ships in a bottle, ships. I'm just seeing like an ocean landscape, and it looks like a framed picture, ocean landscape, maybe like a pirate ship or an old ship or something on the wall. I also want to ask, because this might be the other set of grandparents too. Maybe you didn't meet them. Um, okay. In your husband's family and a woman's line and a mother's line, grandmother's line, can I ask, and these are not the word, like this is not my word, this is their word. Was there evil abuse? Was there abuse?
Um, and his side,
Yes.
mother, um,
This is what I'm feeling. I want to tell you what I'm feeling. It's like one great grandmother or grandmother or somebody who's like abusive, hurtful, kind of made their daughter that way, and then it just feels like, is there a part of the family that's been cut off?
not because of like physical abuse, no, but like
Mental and
mental.
emotional?
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. Again, because I'm talking, because this is, I'll explain to you what's happening here.
yeah,
Because there is love between you and your husband, that means you get his ancestors, his spirits. He's got yours. Okay.
makes
This is
sense.
why, this grandmother of yours loves him. She would have never had to have met him, but she loves him. Okay. What I'm getting is like your grandmother's pulling people in from his side of the family, but they want to apologize for how harsh and cruel they were. They want to apologize. So these are things that had fallen down through the generations.
Hmm.
Um, can I ask? Wow, I'm just gonna ask. Don't let your husband watch this, okay? Okay,
Okay.
but you can. You can. Does he have major mommy issues?
Yeah, but yeah, it
Okay,
has to do a lot with her though, not him.
right. Like, I don't think that he wants to disappoint her. There's just weird dynamics in the family and cruelty, and like, there's just
Yeah,
weird things. Okay.
yeah.
Um, okay. Hmm. Was there poverty in that family?
Um,
Here's what I'm getting for you. Here's what I'm getting for you. She's just like, keep everybody fed. And this is funny because what she's the one that's coming through, this is a different spirit that's over your husband. She's showing me to be like Catholic, like saying rosaries and things like that. There's a
yeah,
Catholic side to his family, there's a
yeah.
cruelty, and I think that there was a hunger. Okay, I think that there was a hunger. I don't know if your like husband got fed well as a child or what, but it's
Hmm.
just like I keep seeing the colander full of pasta. Just keep everybody fed, and that will keep everybody calm. I think there might have been a level of um I think there might have been a level of poverty, a little bit of level of cruelty. Just keep everybody fed. The other interesting thing too is I want to make sure this isn't your house. I don't think it is. I think it's somebody else's. He doesn't happen to have like a Bible of his grandmother's, does he?
No.
Okay. Somebody does. And it doesn't
Okay.
have good energy. And she's
Okay.
like, get it out of the house. Like, you can get it out of the house. You can throw it away. You don't need it because it feels like it wasn't a Bible that helped people. It was a Bible that hurt people.
Okay.
Like the abusive, like hit you over
Yeah.
the head kind of bad sort of unhealthy religion. All right.
Yeah.
Interesting. Back to Graham for you. Why does Graham say you better get that tattoo on your wrist? You better get the tattoo on your wrist. Do you have a tattoo that you want to get on the wrist?
Um, I was thinking it's me and my sister. We're thinking about getting tattoos together. Yeah.
Okay. You should do that because this is how tough you are. She says that she sees that you have the weight of the world on your shoulders. Okay. But because you're so tough and you value strength so much, you don't even realize it. You don't even realize it. So you got to do the things for you that fulfill you, that hold you, that like give you that joy. And you can't be like all of these women in past generations that just, and you're not, but she's reminding you that this is a good way to be. You can't be the type of woman that puts everybody first, puts herself last, and then ends up being bitter and jaded and judgy and bitchy. Okay. So you
Yeah.
gotta like fill your own cup. She also says to me, this is funny, you gotta have like wicked dry heat in your house, like wood stove, wood pellet, dry heat. She's telling me that your nasal passages are dry. I think
Yeah.
you're underhydrated. All right.
Hmm.
Um, okay. He tells you that you're beautiful. I'm not sure you see it. Okay. And she says to me, listen, if you want to change the color of your eyes, change the color of your eyes. If you want to get contacts that change the color of your eyes, change them if you want.
That's so weird.
Why?
I was just, it was a couple weeks back, but I was looking at contacts that would change the color of my eyes because I have brown eyes. So I would like to change them to like a different color just to see.
Yeah, like a blue. Like, listen,
Yes.
it, yes. Okay. If you want fucking blue eyes, get them.
Yes.
This is
That's
your
so
one short
funny.
life, you know?
Yeah.
So what that shows you is that she thinks you're the bomb.
Yeah.
She loves who you are. She wants the best for you. Okay? She just wants the best for you. Um, okay. Wow, wow. You got to figure out your husband. You got to figure out how to get him to play so he doesn't go the way of his father. This is what she's saying to me. She's showing me comic books and she wants you to have comic books for him, like little kid stuff, the things that he would have liked as a little kid, the toys, the movies, all of that stuff. He's taking it all way too seriously. He's taking it all way too seriously. He's got to play a little bit. You got to
Hmm.
play. Um, it feels like to me, and she's showing me, he feels like he has a noose around his neck, like he can't breathe, like oh, like that. So you got to make sure you get him to. She's so funny. You got to make sure that you get him to the fairs. Like all of that stuff. Here's the other thing. Oh my God. I know that he likes to stay home. I know that you said that. She's telling me that Old Orchard Beach would be good for him, but not when there's people there.
Oh, okay.
You know the Old
We
Orchard Beach
go
thing?
every year we go down to Old Orchard Beach for a little vacation.
Does he bitch about like the Canadians and like all the people
Yeah.
that are there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So, all right. Maybe this year, just because of the way things are working, we won't have so many Canadians there. This is what she's saying to me. So he goes to the tourist places and then bitches about the tourists while he is a tourist.
Yes.
Okay. The other thing too, let's keep his health up. She doesn't want him to eat sausage. Okay. Doesn't want him to have
Okay.
sausage, doesn't want him to have like the breakfast patties,
Yeah.
the sausage McMuffins. That stuff's really bad for our colon and our digestive system, the nitrate meats. Okay. Try to keep him off of that stuff as much
Okay.
as possible. I know it's easy, I know it's convenient. Try to keep him off of that. All right. It's funny. I see a little head peeking up there. I love it. Hi.
This is my
Who
youngest
do we have?
daughter,
What's her
Kinsley.
name? Kinsley. Okay. What's her middle name? Graham really likes
Rose.
Rose. I was going to say Mary. That's a funny thing. I have a big connection with like Rose and Mary. So, all right,
Yep.
she likes Kinsley's middle name. Um, okay, this is like Graham energy. Okay, be mindful here. Put the goddamn tablet down. All right, put the goddamn tablet down. Let's get away from the electronics. And she's showing me. I think Kinsley has like a bead set that makes like necklaces or bracelets that she hasn't done in a while. She wants to see Kinsley make jewelry and make arts and crafts. Okay, do you know those? Do you know those the letters, the beads with
Yep.
the letters and
Yep.
the names? Does Kinsley have a set of that she hasn't touched in a while?
Oh man, she might. She has so much stuff in her room. Yeah.
Okay, let's get her back to making crafts. Let's get her back to making things because it's like she's got the heart of a giver. She just should be showing, like, here, I made this bracelet for you. Here, I made this
Yes, she
bracelet for
does.
you. And I think that Kinsley could be somebody who, like, actually makes jewelry as an adult. Jewelry studio, making jewelry for people,
Yeah.
artistic. Uh, she's gonna have a real hard time working with people. So you're gonna want her to, like, not have the regular 9 to 5 job, be the artist, be the person who, like,
Yeah.
does the thing where she can, like, concentrate and work on her craft. Okay. Um, what she's telling me is like, okay, Kinsley, if you have people in your class, especially boys who are making you upset because they're stupid, make sure you tell mom about it. Okay. Like boys are kind of stupid.
Is her voice mean to you in class? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're so lame. They are the lamest. They're so lame. Okay. We get that. All right. Okay, hold on. Oh, she says, Kinsley, if you're gonna be on, like, skateboards or rollerblades or roller skates or anything, you better put your pads on. Okay?
Mm.
Better put your knee pads on, elbow pads on, helmet on, okay? Because I think you're klutzy just like your ma, all right? Klutzy just like your ma, all right? It's important. Okay, hold on. What she's telling me now is she really loves how Kinsley decorated the Christmas tree. She's showing me putting up ornaments. Are there special ornaments, or did Kinsley take part in the decorating of the Christmas tree?
So yes, we decorated the Christmas tree and she had a big part in it. And there is special ones that are from my
Yeah,
grandmother.
just really likes the
Yes.
the the sacredness of it, the
Yes.
putting it on the Christmas tree. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, okay. I get that Kinsley's a little sensitive to her food. Okay. And here's why. Like, Graham wants her to have, like, oodles and noodles ramen. Okay. But not the, like, 25-cent packs of ramen, like the good ramen. Like,
Yeah.
there's difference, like, go to the co-op, go to the grocery store, get the good kind of ramen. Have that, not the cheap ramen. Okay.
Yeah.
Not the cheap ramen. And you want to make sure that Kinsley always feels like she doesn't have to grow up too fast. She's showing me these, like, kid things, like the TV shows and those sorts of things. We got to keep that childlike nature.
Yeah.
Um, how old is she?
She's gonna be 10 in May. She's 9.
Okay, I need to ask, uh, Katie. Hmm, I think Kinsley might keep some things from you. Okay, I know that kids keep things from adults, all of that. But here's the funny thing: is Kinsley of an age where she has an imaginary friend? Just yes or no?
No.
No? Why do I see her going out and back of the house and talking to somebody who's not there? Did she used to do this as a kid? Is she talking to the birds?
No. Do you talk to the birds out there sometimes?
And my own friends. I don't need animals.
I don't know. I don't know.
Why would I go in the backyard? That's scary. Actually, I catch frogs.
You don't go out there sometimes to talk to the animals? No. I don't know.
I catch animals. I catch them
You catch them? Like the frogs and stuff?
and I lock them up.
I don't know with that one.
I see, like, a little tiny porch. Like, basically, you just kind of walk out, and it's just like a little porch and a set of
Yep.
stairs off of it. Not a big porch,
Yep.
but a
Yep.
little one. I see that. And
I stare at them, but
maybe
I
she's,
don't talk to them.
I don't know, maybe she is in her own way. I don't know. Or maybe she
Yeah.
just needs to know that she can. I'm a big believer that the animals have
Yeah.
spirits and the trees have spirits, and, like, it's good to keep up that conversation going to the land and the spirits and the animals. Maybe she needs to talk to her frog friends,
Yeah.
you know,
Mm.
or maybe she just needs to, like, go out and kind of say, hello, world, like
Yeah.
talk to the backyard. Hey, world. Hey, what's going on? It's okay to talk to the woods. It's okay to get out there.
Messages.
Okay. And
Yeah.
like have some fun. All right. Here we go. Okay. 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 Um, oh boy. All right. So, Katie, it's funny. Uh, I think that you have a sensory overload, like the sensory overload. But I also think that Kinsley might like to go to a Chuck E. Cheese or a Dave and Buster's or something like that for her birthday with like all the like games and like lights and things like that. You should maybe I don't know, pop a Xanax before you go, Mama. Like I don't know what you need, but it's like I totally understand the sensory overload. But she's gonna be 10, 11 just once, so it's getting out into those places and understanding it's not a big deal. And also your gram is so funny because she totally sees how this is why your gram calls you perfect, Katie, because she totally sees how you can be in a place like Dave and Buster's or Chuck E. Cheese or any of these arcades, and you're just she says this is a righteous thing that you're coming from a good place, but you totally look down your nose at the way other parents raise their kids and deal with their kids. She's like, like, I would never put my kids in that. I would never let my kids run around. I would wash their mouth off. Like take care of your kids. So the fact that you have standards for your family and your children is amazing. And yeah, you're gonna have to just go be part of the world where people aren't taking care of kids to the standard that you are. Okay. um that's just really important. Okay, she says that you were going to have a real hard time finding people who care for their kids to the same level that you do, so you can never expect your motherhood, your parenting out of other parents. You should not expect that, and this is great because you have these standards again. Okay, you just brought me to okay, old truck in the family. Is there an old truck? I see an old
That I
truck
know
bumper.
of.
Okay. I see it like
Okay.
a truck bumper. Do you know like how the old truck bumpers used to be like flush and then the license plates would go in? She's
Yeah.
showing me something rusty, a license plate. There's a problem with like a license plate or a license plate light.
Hmm.
Do you know of this? Does your husband drive a truck?
No, we share a vehicle. I'm not quite sure.
Is there a bolt coming off? Is there like something rusty on the license plate? She's just telling me, like, she's telling me, look at the license plate, look at the license plate. When he gets home,
Huh. I'm gonna have to look. It's not, we don't have a truck, but I
like an
drive
SUV,
a,
maybe?
yeah, I drive an SUV.
Okay.
But maybe I should look at my license plate. I don't know.
No, please do that. Hold on one second. So here's nobody wants to get pulled over. You know what I mean? Like nobody wants to get pulled over. Um, I think you might like have a license plate light out. And do you know how that's like one of those things that people easily get pulled over?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I know that like in the state of Vermont, they stopped requiring the stickers on the license plate. They used to do that. So
Yeah.
like it's
Yeah.
not that, but you just want to check it out. You want to see if there's actually a light out or
Okay.
something, because nobody needs to get pulled over.
Okay. Makes
Okay.
sense.
All right. Okay. I think Kinsley's an introvert. Kinsley's an introvert. Yes, Kinsley's an introvert. She's talking about this summer when the summer program comes up, kind of push her, guide her. Like there's some sort of like camp or summer program that would be really good for her. I don't think Kinsley wants to be around like new people or like, she's kind of shy, but it would be really good for her to kind of blossom her, open her up, and help her with like life skills and social stuff, in
Yeah.
that way. Okay, hold on. She's really what I'm gonna do now, and she's like, good fucking luck. This is what she says to me. Hold on. Like, your grandmother, this is funny. Okay. So when I sit, I'm not in control of this. So the angel that helps me do this and the spirits that help me do this, I get connected to Graham, her head thing, the stairs, all of this. Like she's talking to me immediately. But there's a part here, and she's almost shutting me up. Watch this. I want to make sure that if there's any other spirits out there in the world of spirit that wants to come through and talk to you, she's like, she's like, you're lucky I let my grandfather in or my father in or whoever that was in the red and black flannel. You're lucky. She's like, good fucking luck. You ain't gonna do this. Like, I am here to talk to her. There's that doesn't mean that there's not other people, but Graham's really strong and she doesn't want to let other people through. Okay. So I need to say that to you because it's very important for me when I do this work that I want to like, oh, I want to help, I want to heal, I want to show everybody, like help people. And she's like, there's a reason why this happens. One, this is going to be public, you know. Two, there are, hold on, just in the same way that we have to go through our healing process, people in spirit have to go through healing. So sometimes they're not healed in a way that they can come through and talk to us in the appropriate way. But what she's saying to me is this. Oh, he keeps pointing me back to 16, 17. Okay. Uh, Katie, um, were you the victim of Mean Girls?
Not really, no.
You remember back when you were 16, 17, any betrayal? Remember how she's talking about like you having rage from that time in your life?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember anybody from that time in your life that you'd like be rage filled with?
Mm,
Here's why I ask. Because I think somebody who would have either hurt you or been responsible for rage back in the day, I think they might be in spirit.
okay. Mm,
But your Graham's not going to let them through.
okay. Nothing's really coming to mind. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Don't, I want to walk through this with you. Don't get too caught up on the age of 16, 17, because it feels like
Yeah.
high school. And you weren't bullied or abused.
Um, when I was younger, I was like sexually abused, but
Okay.
and the weird thing that you're coming out and saying like the 16, 17, I didn't tell my mom it happened to me until I was 16.
Right. Rage, obviously, you know, rage. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know those people or one of those people or the person is in spirit?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I
There's a real goddamn good chance there is. Okay.
Okay.
Or their family is, or something is. Graham's not letting anybody through. Okay.
Okay.
But there is also this acknowledgement of like what they go through when they pass. You know,
Yeah.
anybody who'd hurt another human being intentionally has to
Yeah.
suffer from that in the world of spirit. So this is that idea of you being rage filled. Yes, I mean, of course, you'd be angry, full of rage at somebody who'd do that to your own daughter, you know,
Yeah.
or anybody else. Uh, but there is a lot of peace in kind of working through it and letting it go. All
Yeah.
right. In your own way. Okay. Is there a uh oh, this is so funny. Is there a Peter Rabbit Easter Bunny cookie jar?
No, not that I know of.
I'm seeing a ceramic Easter bunny. Okay, like a bunny, Easter bunny. And what she's telling me is, you better take that down and dust it. You better take that down, take it down and clean it up and dust it. It looks like a bunny that has like overalls. Like
Hmm.
overalls. I'm seeing like an Easter bunny.
Yeah, I'm not
This
sure. I don't have any.
this this might be at your mom's. Okay,
Probably.
this
Yeah.
feels like something of your Grams.
Yeah.
Okay, feels ceramic, feels bunny-like, feels Easter-like. Gotta put it
Okay.
down. Okay.
Okay.
Um, your mom is gonna go crazy if she keeps trying to figure out how to solve a problem that's not hers to solve, and that's just unsolvable. Okay.
Okay.
It's like this mind, when I started this session with you, Katie, and I said, you got to consider me a bullshit hunter. That's what moms do. Moms
Yeah.
are the ones that hunt the bullshit so they can reduce
Yeah.
it in the lives of their loved ones. Your mom is funny. Your mom actually might be insane. Okay, hold on. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result. She's showing your mother just banging her head against a brick wall over, over. And she keeps trying to solve a problem that's not hers to solve. She's got to let it go and put her hands on something um, that's worth solving. Hold on. How old's your mom's car? Graham's talking about problems with like the drivetrain, problem with like the transmission, problem with something in her vehicle.
My mom's the car's not working right now.
Okay. You see, like Graham watches everything. This is
Yeah.
what this is for folks who aren't familiar with how spirit works, we kind of think, even for folks who think there is a heaven or an afterlife, they think it's some distant, disconnected dimension. It's not. They're right
Hmm.
here. They watch us. And the analogy I use is that like one-way mirror that we see in a cop show. Okay. Um, oh, did Graham teach you how to cook?
Um, no,
He's
not
telling me that you're
really.
using a wrong ingredient. Hold on 1 second. You're cooking something that's like boiling or steaming. There's steam in the air, and she don't like it. She don't like the smell of it. And she's like, "You got to use something different." What are you cooking that she does not like? Think boiling. Think steam. Okay. Think like, what are you putting in your water that she does not like?
The only thing that I normally cook that's like boiling and steam is my homemade chicken soup.
Okay. Do you put too much salt in it?
Probably I put a lot of stuff in it.
Yeah. No. 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 Like, hold on. Like, it's something that she wouldn't have done, but you're doing it and she doesn't like the smell of it.
Hmm.
You don't put cilantro in there, do you?
Not cilantro. Ugh, I can't stand the smell of cilantro. No.
Yeah.
Um,
Just be mindful if you put too much salt in it, because that salt could get in the water vapor. Salt is very
yeah.
cleansing. Okay. Salt's
Yeah.
very cleansing for spirit. She may not like it, but there's something about, did she make chicken soup? Can I ask you? Because she keeps telling me, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. She doesn't like it.
She made tons of stuff. We would go over there every holiday. She would cook up a huge thing for us. She was constantly making something.
Yeah. There's something that I think your mom, hold on. Your mom might know what it was if you ask her about soup and what she would have put in or not put in,
Yeah.
things like
Yeah.
that. There's just something stinky. She keeps saying she doesn't like it. She doesn't like
Well,
it.
I also am a big thing of seafood boils, so maybe she doesn't like the smell of that.
That might be it. You know, I personally am not a fan of seafood, so you might want to actually find out from your mom if Graham didn't like seafood, didn't like the smell of fish or anything like that.
My mother doesn't like it either. Sometimes I'll go over there and make it at her house, and she literally cusses me at the whole time.
Okay, there we go. We found out what it is. We found out what it is.
Yeah.
I am telling you, something is going on in the back of a vehicle. Like she just showed me like a windshield that's got like a crack in it or something in the rear of a vehicle.
My windshield has a crack in it, a big one, but it's in the front.
Okay, fix your vehicle. Okay. I don't know, get the insurance claim, do whatever you need to do, fix it. She don't like it. It's funny. She's trying to save you from getting pulled over.
So she's probably doing that because my inspection sticker's very outdated, and I've been worrying the past couple days, like going by police to get pulled over.
What I know about the inspection stickers, they can't pull you over for that.
But they could pull me over for the
But
crack in my windshield.
yes, and then nail you for the inspection.
Yeah, and that's been my biggest worry for the past like month and a half.
Okay, but you don't know if she's not sending you that message, you know? Like,
Yeah.
all right, all right, all right, hold on. Um, what is this? She wants the what is this? Um, I don't know how to fix this. I actually don't even know what's wrong with it, but she doesn't like the top of your mouth. Is there something wrong with the top of your mouth? Dry? I think you might just
Um,
be
I
too
just
dry.
got I just got 5 teeth removed up here, and they ended up messing something up. They pulled out a tooth and they ripped open my sinuses up there, and they had to put a lot of stitches and stuff, so the roof of my mouth is kind of.
Okay. So, why, I mean, this is for you, Katie. This is for everybody. Like over and over and over again, it's our heart, it's our mind, and it's our home. Like our heart, mind, like look at what she's talking about. She doesn't like what you're cooking for like steaming stuff. Um, she, she keeps showing me stuff about your car. She's wanting to pay attention to the clothes at the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah.
You know, all of this stuff that she just wants the best for you.
Yeah.
And do you see now why, number one, this is why I do this work? Because they have the 1,000 foot view. You know what I mean? They
Yeah.
see the things, but this is what you do for your people. So like looking out, taking care of them. Oh, she's just now talking about the holes in the socks of your kids. Like even kids that have socks with holes in them, that drives you crazy. You have these incredible standards for your life, and she's so happy about that. She wants you to get a pedicure. She says it's time for a pedicure, time to get those nails done, time to get those toenails done, get yourself treated.
Please don't
But
put.
hold on, hold on for the sandals, okay? Hold on to the sandals. Don't put the sandals on, okay? Like wear the intelligent footwear. Um, or you're gonna go ass over tea kettle. This is what she says. You're gonna go ass over tea kettle if you're not wearing the right footwear when it's like winter out. Okay. Snowy. Here we go. What else to shoot? He's telling Kinsley's your youngest. Okay. She shows me and this might be where the okay, this might be actually where the bunny thing comes in. She's showing me Beatrix Potter. She's saying that she loves how you read to them. Like read to them. Do you
Photo
guys
on my.
have Beatrix Potter?
Oh, we have a bunny picture on the wall, the one that I painted.
I'm not sure if we have that.
We have a bunny.
We don't have the bunny book though, do we?
We have a bunny picture on the wall.
Yeah, she just painted a bunny picture and hung it on my wall.
Ah, okay, 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 okay. Um,
Can I grab it?
I gotta wonder if there's other bunny stuff too. You know, like the bunny thing wouldn't be the thing that she'd say take down and you know,
Right.
Yes.
you might want to frame that eventually. You know what I mean? It's something that, when Kinsley's 30 or 40, it'd be cool to have it. But
Oh, that's a teddy bear.
That's a teddy bear. Um,
yeah, nothing with like overalls. Like
no. Maybe
corduroy
at my
bear or something.
mom's. I'm trying to
Yeah.
think. Um, Now I'm gonna have to check because it's gonna bug me, but yeah, maybe something at my mom's that she sees.
This needs to be taken down and dusted.
Yeah,
Taken down
yeah.
and dusted. Okay. All right. All right. Hold on. Is there three children, Katie? Three?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Your firstborn.
Oh
Okay.
God.
Here-
Yep.
Yeah, hold on. Not meant for the country, meant for the city. Is your firstborn somebody who's like metropolitan, into city stuff?
Um, it's hard to say because she's disabled.
You have another diva?
Uh, my 12-year-old.
So your 12-year-old's a diva. Okay. That might be the person who is like not gonna shouldn't grow up in a country, like
Yeah,
wearing the
yep.
like, city stuff and all of that. I'm not sure that we're supposed to talk about your disabled child, maybe hold on. Just talking about make sure that if there's a child, middle or oldest or what have you, that is meant for the city life, the glam life, that's just part of their character. It's good to get them into the towns and the cities, show them the culture and all of that. But I don't think they're going to be like a person who lives in the country for their life.
Yeah,
They're going to
yeah.
be out in the
I can
world.
feel that.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Hold on.
Water.
After we're done here, you might want to look into the energetic qualities of lavender. Okay. Your oldest, do they have a hard time sleeping? Okay.
Yes.
I'm getting like, how they make those like little pillows full of lavender?
Yep.
Okay. I'm getting like take one of those and put them like under the pillow in the pillowcase, like something where there's like lavender smell while they're sleeping. Lavender might help them from an
Okay.
aromatherapy place sleep. Um, I don't, uh, I don't know if you're near I don't think you're near my age. I'm going to be 47 in March. Okay. So, what Graham is showing me is she wants those sticky stars on her ceiling, on that oldest child's ceiling. Like, you remember, I don't know if you grew up with these. I did, those plastic glow in the dark stars,
Yep.
and you stick them to the wall of the ceiling. There's something about that
Yep.
kid, like either laying on their back, looking up at the ceiling, something like that, being able to like look at stars on the ceiling. Right?
Yes. Yep.
You made all the right choices for that child, even if somebody would have told you when they were 6 that you didn't. Okay. Around 6 years old, that's like kindergarten age, that's like first grade age. I
Hmm.
don't know if you went against what like the experts or the authorities told you to do or what have you, but you made all the right decisions for that child. And I think that you continue because you're tapped into spirit, you're tapped into this intuitive energy. So you're making these right things and you're not listening in the right way. So when somebody says, I think we should do this, and you're feeling, no, I don't think that we should do this, and you honor this versus the authority, that's the way we need to live. But you somehow skillfully know what is intuition and what's not fear. People don't really understand like the difference between their own paranoia and fear and intuition. And she's like, you're honoring yourself. Okay. Um, what is this? I just need to know your age now, Katie. How old are you?
I just turned 34.
34. Okay. So you're a little bit younger than me. You're not of my
Yeah.
generation, but maybe Graham was a little bit more of a hot ticket than we realize with what she's about to say. Hold on. Okay. Um, do you know that Graham liked men?
Yes.
Say it again for me.
Yes, she did. She loved them.
Okay. Okay. I think that she liked one in particular. Okay, I don't want to tell you. Um, she's showing me John Bon Jovi.
Oh man.
So that's like from the 80s. That's like hair metal from the 80s, like, those sexy dudes from the 80s. John Bon Jovi was like a heartthrob from the 80s. But
Totally makes sense.
here's the funny thing. And how do I say this? Because you have a 10-year-old with you right now. Um, she's saying that she's showing me like really tight jeans, okay? like of like these heartthrobs. And she's saying it's okay if you want a picture of one up on your wall. This is like what little kids would do with like posters and little like pictures of heartthrobs. So I don't know.
Oh man. I don't think my husband would agree with that, but it totally makes sense.
Well, this is a funny thing. She's like, well, they're just a work of art. It's just appreciating art.
Yeah.
I mean, you might want to find out what your grandmother was up to in the 80s. like, what kind of music she was into.
I heard some stories and she was definitely a wild one.
Yeah, she's just show like I'm not a fan of John Bon Jovi. That's not a Josh thing. She just showed me the 80s kind of music heartthrob. If you have your own version, just remember it's okay to appreciate a work of art. Well, your husband might not agree. It's just looking at art. We're just
Yeah.
looking at art.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I know that you're in this place, Katie, of doing your damnedest to be there for your family. Like she keeps saying that you're perfect, perfect wife, perfect daughter, perfect mother. There's nothing other than you just being a little bit high strung, need to eat some breakfast, and a little bit of divahood that you might want to dial down a notch, just the hair. Um, but she's saying, do not give up on your dreams. Okay. Because when I talk about your relationship to like your mom, your husband, your children, that's not everything for you. That's not everything for you. Now, I don't know what your future holds. I don't know what you want to do, what you want to be, but here's a really important thing that she shows me. You have a gift with animals. Okay. She's showing me this. And what feels like, interestingly enough, what feels like a vet tech, somebody who could go to work at a vet office, something like that. I don't know if you've ever had that dream.
Yes, I did. Going through school, that's what I wanted to do. It was one is being a vet tech. But then I
Don't
had
ever think,
children and just life
but
changed
please,
around.
I get it. I totally understand it, but don't ever give up on that. You can't give up on that because one day your kids aren't going to be there. They're going to be off leading
Right,
their own life, doing their own thing, like you
right.
have to take care of yourself. You have to live life for you and the things that you are. Also, um, listen, this is funny. You need to let your freak flag fly. This is what she says. You got to let your freak flag fly. So, if what you would actually be really good at too is she's like, let's combine the science with the woo, okay? Like animal Reiki, right? Like you could have an animal Reiki business. You could go to horse farms, do Reiki on animals, that sort of thing. But she says, she just gave me a message. This is funny. She's like, um, she's saying for you to take a page out of my book in the way that I don't really give a shit about what people think. Like the people, because here we go again. You do actually care a little bit about what people think. So if you start to like wave this freak flag and talk about woo and talk about stuff, the people who can't hear it and the people who might think you're weird, those aren't your people. You got to let
Right.
them go. You got to let them go. And it's interesting because she's saying to me, she's like, they all watch me not boast enough about myself. They're like, yeah, I'm giving this like Graham is giving this to Katie, but she also says spirits are watching me not boast enough about myself, not talk about. And I guess that's fair because shit, after doing this for 8.5 years now, there's still a little part of me that's like, well, shit, people are going to think I'm weird. People are going to think this, people are going
Yeah.
to think a thing. And I think this is a reminder for the both of us that anybody who can't accept us or anybody who can't handle this work, they're not our people.
Right.
There are plenty of people out there who can. All right. She wants you to make an altar, okay? Like an altar to your ancestors, to your beloved dead, even kitties, like pets, things like that from your childhood. And this practice of making offerings to our loved ones, super important. She's showing me what looks like little York peppermint patties, little peppermint patties. Graham would like a couple of like candies, like broken up into pieces and put on a plate near her picture. Uh, but funny enough, she's like, you better only put up the most beautiful picture of me that you can find. She is very vain in that way. She's like, I don't care. I don't want a picture of me in a t-shirt. I don't want a picture of me in sweats. I don't want to be schlubby in your picture. I need you to put up a picture of me beautiful. Okay. The offerings thing, when I was talking about like the steam and the smell that she didn't like, there is a way for them to overlap in this world and interact with us. And for me, I have an altar for my ancestors. Every morning, I'll put up a little cup of coffee and some maple syrup for them just to give them a little like nourishment. And we can see this in other cultures. We can see it in, Asian restaurants when we walk in. We can see it in, Mexican restaurants around the Day of the Dead, those sorts of things. A little bit of practice around like Andy's mints or peppermint patties. Do you remember what that was for her?
Um, Not on the top of my head, no. But I know that's one of my favorites is the peppermint patties.
Okay. Well, and they're not the big ones, the little ones.
No, just the little
Like
ones. Yes. Yep.
yeah, okay. Well, if you got them in the house, you know what I mean? Break up a couple, put them on a little plate, put them there for her.
Yeah.
That just kind of gives them that energy to better talk to us about the inspection stickers and the broken windshield and all
Yes.
that stuff because they want the best for us. They actually see how hard this life is for us.
Yeah.
It's difficult here, so they want to come through and talk about the best. All right. The last, what is this? I think you and your husband have something in common. I think your husband, one, you need a massage. Two, he needs a chiropractor because there's something about where the neck meets the skull, the tension in here.
Mm.
Um, for you, I think a good massage would do you wonders. But for him, I get the fact that he might need a chiropractor.
Yeah. Makes sense.
You need to check in on him. Is one of his legs longer than the other?
No.
There's something off balance. Is he like is he using one side of his body at work more than the other?
I'm not quite sure.
If he does have any sort of like issues with his body, chiropractor would be it for him.
Yeah.
Okay, especially like tension headaches in the back of his skull.
He has slip disc in his back and his shoulder.
Okay, and it might be like going up here or I'm picking up on you, but I think the both of you need body work,
Yeah.
especially around this area. And it if he is addicted to caffeine and he is addicted to sugar, which are both very addictive, getting rid of one over the other is going to be hard. But it feels like, remember how I said, like, she sees him go in the convenience store, she
Yeah.
sees him get something every morning that's not good for him. it might actually be causing tension,
Okay.
which I know we're all convinced that the coffee is like what we need for the get up and go.
Yeah.
But
Can I put your phone number in here for this now?
she's really proud of you, and that's what you got to
Mhm.
remember. Okay. And you got to keep being true to yourself as you are. You might even want to look into what it's like, maybe taking a course here and there to kind of like one course and then another course and then another course to build up that vet tech degree. You need something for you.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're knocking everything else out of the park, but you need something for you. And a goddamn picture of uh, a 90s, 80s, 90s heartthrob. Just remember, it's okay to look at the work of art. All right?
Yeah.
You got it? All
Yeah.
right. Well, we are done for today. Thank you for joining me for this. This will be posted live shortly, so you can watch it again
Yes.
and other people are going to see it. What a brave thing that you did here today.
I appreciate you so much. Thank you. I've
And
been
I
wanting
appreciate
to
you taking the
hear
lead.
from her for a very long time. And I've been to like other mediums, like I even paid for like Matt Frazier. You know Matt Frazier, he's one of the biggest. Um, I went to him and just been wanting to hear from my grandmother, and like obviously they attach to people they want, like that come through and stuff like that. But I never was able to get like hear from her, and I didn't know if she was mad or upset or like if she just wasn't ready. So just hearing her come through like through to you today made a big, it like took some relief off me knowing that she's okay.
Yeah, she's not mad. You're perfect. Okay. And you got to also understand, Katie, not everybody who says they do this are actually doing this.
Right. I get that
Even
too.
some of the big names.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's so
All
funny.
right.
That's what my husband literally just said to me yesterday.
Let me just say that that's not the first time I've heard that.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Okay. All my
Okay.
love to you. Thank you for being here.
Yes. Thank you. I appreciate you.
All
Have a
right.
good day.
You got it. Bye.
Bye.
See?